we're the Mount Mitchell Prairie Guards, and we formed about 20 years ago as a grassroots group to pick up the reins from the state to develop a historic site in northern Wabaunsee County.
It's probably the most compelling story that people have never heard of, even in Kansas. And that's the story of 90, I believe, people from Connecticut that resolved to move to Kansas to fight the good fight, to do the Lord's work. And it was under the organizational structure of Reverend Henry Ward Beecher. And that should ring a bell, because his sister was Harriet Beecher Stowe, who arguably wrote the book that helped propel the abolitionists into their part of the Civil War. So they moved there and set up an underground railroad and built a church, established a church, and Mount Mitchell is part of that original acquisition of Captain William Mitchell. And so that's what we're doing. We're honoring the family, we're honoring the story, including stories of the Underground Railroad. The house is still there, the barn is still there, where it's documented that they actually hid slaves in the Mitchell house.
This month, September, Governor Kelly declared as National Underground Railroad Month, and we're one of the few authenticated sites in Kansas that are members of this Network to Freedom program. The Park Service administers it. And the trail that the Underground Railroad used runs through the park. And we want people to know in all of the Flint Hills about this treasure in the northern Flint Hills.
I think I have the most fun with groups of kids.
Yeah.
School kids or summer camp kids. Some of them from the cities that never get a chance to come out and be frightened by a grasshopper or looking for snakes under every rock. But just their reactions. I tell them about the geographical, topographical history of the area and take it all the way back to the Ice Age, because it's quite a vantage point from the top of Mount Mitchell, and your imagination can go wild when you replay what happened there during the Ice Age, and then all the way up to today. And certainly kids of, minority kids especially, they love hearing about the courageousness of their ancestors that participated as part of the Underground Railroad.
October and November, an exhibit of Freedom's Frontier National Heritage Area that John and I, through the Wabaunsee County Historical Society, created, will be over at your History Center, the Lyon County History Center. So everybody, if you want to get a clue about what the heritage area is, you should stop in and see that exhibit. We have a whole master plan for turning the park into an educational site. I mean, it already is an educational site. Teachers were bringing their students to the park before we even got involved. But we have plans to build a new access road, a new parking area, handicapped access to the ruts of this old Topeka Fort Riley Road that was used on the Underground Railroad. But we don't want to progress with any of that until the mortgage is paid off. We're too conservative as far as the finances.
Pioneer stock.
Yeah. So that's the main reason.
We have just an unbelievable core of supporters, both financial and volunteers. Whenever we need any help of any kind, in a county where a lot of us are farmers and ranchers, and some of the people that aren't naturally joiners, they're on board with Mount Mitchell.